me again. I'm Lena and I'm from the Healthcare Landscape Group. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my first day edition, which is about my progress week 60 and week 61. Now, in this video, I will be following my detailed plan, which is following the DE1 format for my DE1. So, the DE1 format consists of what have I learned, the goals I've set for myself, challenges I faced, what have I improved, improvements that I have made, the discussion in the meeting, and the works for next week. So these are the parts that I'm going to be discussing in this video. Starting first with our first part. What have I learned? Well, last week I have learned about the group improvements I've set for myself. I have discussed on what I think should be improved in the group and my strategies for that. And then I've also learned about the problem number 4, which is the most difficult problem in the whole DE3 paper that Mrs. Pratt sent out for us to do. So those are the things that I've learned last week. The goals that I've set for myself. Well, the goals that I've set for myself this week are sending in instruction as well as the comments. I didn't send that in, so that is my goal this week. As well as making the meeting plan, the meeting more interesting. You see, the meeting is quite bland. It's not as interesting as the other weeks. There's nothing special about it. So next time, I should make the meeting more interesting, something that will make it stand out from the others, distinguish it. Then, the third goal that I set for myself is follow the meeting plan strictly. Now, I must follow the meeting plan, not going off topic or going on another topic and discussing other things aside from the meeting plan. The challenges that I have faced. Well, the first challenge that I have faced is doing the problem number 4. I haven't figured out the answer and the way to do it, but there are a few patterns that I have discovered that I've shared in my third DE this week. That is my first challenge. My second challenge is making the meeting more interesting. It is my role as a leader to lead the meeting and lead the group. So to make the group and learning more interesting, I must make the meeting more interesting or engaging. That's a better word. The improvements that I have made. Well, there are 2 improvements that I have made. I have followed the detailed plan for all of my works, as well as sending in the works on time, not like last time. The discussion in the meeting. We focus on 2 main areas in the meeting. The first one is math and healthcare, which we discussed over the DE3 problem, as well as after we discussed the DE3 problem, there are a few minutes left for us in the math part, so we challenged ourselves with various questions. Mostly I challenged Kennedy with a few questions on the topic that she's been struggling with in her math at school, which I challenge her to some of that and other exponents problems too. So that is the first discussion part in the meeting. The second one is we discussed on the main works, which we primarily discoursed on the main work about our group improvements, which I gave Kennedy some suggestions what she should improve in her main video later next week. That is the discussion in the meeting. Moving on to our last part, the works for next week. The works for next week, we have discussed over the works for next week. This includes the first DE, which is on the progress week 60 and week 61, this video. The second day edition and the main video will be about a detailed plan. But why we continue with this topic? Well, this week only, we'll send in our details plan for each of the works. Our main video, our first edition, second edition, and third edition. We will need to send in all the general format for that video and all of our works so that we can apply that into our later works. That is for the main and the second video, the secondary edition. One thing more that I want to add in is that this week we can do a video or a writing on the secondary edition or the main video. So the main video and the secondary edition is kind of grouped together, and in that we must so we can do the writing or the video talking about the plans that we have set for ourselves, and of course we need to send in a mind map if we're making a video, or send in the writing if we're doing in writing form. Also, it would be wise to add in some visual factors like some charts, tables, or other illustrations and examples. That is for the main video and the secondary edition. Lastly, for the third day edition, I think it will be also about exponents, which Mrs. Pratt will send in later this week. That is all for my first edition this week. I hope that you guys have a great week of learning medicine, and goodbye. See you later in the next video or next meeting. Goodbye.